Hey everyone, this is the College Gamers Podcast. Today we're going to do a very special episode, something a little different.
Yeah, so this week, me and Mike are going to be sitting here, and we're going to be talking about like a couple weeks ago, we got an email from a friend of ours who wanted us to design a game, like kind of conceptualize it and stuff on the air. And so we thought that it'd be a really fun idea to kind of dedicate this short 30-minute episode to doing just that, because both me and Mike felt that in that episode with the email, we didn't quite have enough time to really get into what we would have done.
Oh no. But you know, another symptom of this is Taff, you mentioned it's going to be 30 minutes. People are thinking, why is the show only going to be 30 minutes? That's because this month we're a little tight on storage, because in order to have more storage, you have to pay more. And we've had this is probably the second month in a row that we've had this issue. If you, dear listener, want to help with this, you can find us on Patreon to help support higher levels of storage. Also, you can help by rating us on iTunes and sharing us with whoever you know listens to podcasts, because building that community can really help in ways not just like monetarily and whatnot. So, Taff, you ready?
Let's do it.
This is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited. Let's go! I don't have the thing set up. God damn it.
Thank God we're not going live.
Oh, crap. Off my game, boy. Off my game. All right, here we go. That's totally gonna, I'm gonna tell you not to keep that screw up in there. There we go. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, boy.
This is the College Gamers Podcast.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the College Gamers Podcast. Today's a special episode, as we explained earlier.
Yes.
I am Mike. I am joined by Taft, as usual.
Yep.
You're usually here.
Pretty I'd say like a solid 90% of the time.
90% of the time, yeah.
Yeah.
But today we're going to talk about video games. And I'll be honest, everyone, I'm not too sure where this is going to end today.
Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting episode, because we're gonna be talking about video games, but we're gonna be talking about video games that don't exist.
Yes. Well, I think it's going to be fun because we're going to be able to talk about games that are out now and aspects that we like.
Exactly.
And like think of a game where it's going to be like, what aspects do we like? Let's put them into one game.
Exactly. I think it's gonna be a really interesting thing to do, just because I've never listened to a podcast that's done this before.
Exactly. Well, let's just start. Where are we going to start? Should we talk about gameplay? Should we talk about like characters, like setting?
I think setting. I think you start off in the broad and get more general.
All right. Okay. Well,
or like, okay, genre first, and then setting.
Obviously, RPG.
Obviously,
it is
just just in case anybody who like is new to this podcast or anything like that, they didn't know that we were just massive RPG fans. Okay.
Yeah. In fact, sometimes I forget there are other genres of games.
It's exactly like sometimes I also forget that certain games are RPGs. Like Grand Theft Auto, that's an RPG. I don't ever think that that's an RPG.
I just kind of consider every game an RPG in a way.
It really kind of every game nowadays does have a slight aspect of it.
Like, when are you not role playing?
Exactly.
And it comes to a certain degree. Like, games will make you role play.
I think games like Overwatch, I wouldn't say you're role playing in those.
That's true.
You're just trying to kill stuff.
That's true. I mean, you could role play if you want to be dedicated to your craft and be like, I'm Tracer. What am I gonna do that's tracery?
Exactly.
I'm gonna blink around and So I guess maybe.
Not kill anybody, because I feel like she wouldn't want to kill any of her former allies.
Yeah, Winston would only ult when you smash his glasses, but because no other character can do that, he would never ult.
Maybe.
So definitely an RPG. Now setting, because
okay.
I don't know why. It's because maybe I watched an episode of Westworld lately.
Oh, so you started watching that?
Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces of it. I haven't
it's so good, isn't it?
The stuff I've seen is good, but I haven't seen like several episodes in a row, so I don't know.
You need to catch up.
I need to go watch HBO and whatnot. So like maybe what if we got wouldn't it be steampunk? But what if we got some sort of like Elder Scrolls sci-fi fusion where it's still like the culture of the game is still like this Nordic like mythology.
Okay.
People still believe in like honor and whatnot, but we go kind of a Halo direction with technology.
That's intriguing.
Well, maybe that's too much like the Covenant. Maybe not Halo. Maybe Halo's a bad example.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe maybe I don't even know. Cuz like how would that work?
Exactly, yeah.
Well, what do you think? Where should we go with this?
Okay, for mine, I would say somewhere I do like the fantasy idea, but I feel like that's too overdone.
It's true. It's true.
It's very commonly done.
I think we should also let's work on the same game.
Let's work on the same game.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, so where are you going? Where are you going?
I would say I do like the sci-fi aspect, and I think it should be a sci-fi kind of aspect, open world sci-fi aspect, kind of like Destiny tried to do.
I like that.
Just more well done. Like, definitely have like the big cities and stuff like that, like the big space cities with like cars and vehicles and stuff like that. Definitely have
Going
those things.
through. Yeah.
But also have like an area that's very open.
I gotcha.
Not crowded like cities. Like maybe have like a country area, like a countryside, a rural town.
Oh, what if we had a game like No Man's Sky?
Okay.
Now before you throw me out, Taff,
I'm fine. I'm listening because No Man's Sky, their concept behind it was
the
great.
concept behind it was awesome. What if we got a No Man's Sky game, but it was more improved, where you would have these belts of planets that were more kind of like the way things are now, where you have concentrated cities.
Okay.
But then when you get away from those, you have more agricultural areas. So what if you're in
Okay.
let's just stick to one solar system. Let's not worry about generating the
Okay,
whole
so you're
universe.
saying like each planet's kind of specialized in its own thing?
Yeah, but let's give it like 5 planets. There are 2 planets that are more like commercial focused and
Okay.
like
There's a
Coruscant,
yeah,
giant
exactly.
cities.
Yeah.
We'll have like maybe one agricultural one like refinery planet, and then maybe like one frontier planet.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
And like what this will allow the player to really choose wherever he wants.
I would say more of like more frontier, but like different type of frontier.
I got you. Oh yeah.
Like have like because you need those wild areas just because those are
Definitely.
those are what make the game fun. Like if you just have everything in the city,
Yeah.
like that can be fun, but definitely have something along the lines like have like a forested one,
Yeah.
but also have a desert and just
Oh yeah.
have an indoor and a Tatooine.
Oh definitely. Maybe that whole planet's being
Exactly.
a desert.
Oh yeah, no, not that, but you know what I mean. Like areas focused on like that frontier planet could have all the biomes and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But
it'd be really cool if one of these planets, like the super frontier planet, was a planet that at one point, like it's just completely screwed the hell up. Like it's gone
Okay.
to shit. Like the planet has stopped rotating because of an asteroid strike, hit it in the opposite direction it was rotating. So the planet is stuck.
ooh, I like
And
that.
what that creates are special biomes. So the one facing the sun's a desert. The one facing away from the sun would be like this Arctic region, and in between would be like this realm of superstorms because of that contrast.
I like that. Yeah,
That'd be a fun planet to explore.
that's a really cool idea.
Yeah, but
I like that one.
and like should the players have the freedom to choose where to start?
Yes,
Definitely.
yes. I feel like depending the RPG aspect, I think depending on necessarily if we're doing multiple races, depending on your race and your class, depends on where you start.
I gotcha.
So like say you have your race A. Okay, let's set this kind of like in the Elder Scrolls, like kind of like just because they have kind of that thing where you're set in different areas that are focused on different things. Like if you were a Khajiit thief, you would start off in Kashyyyk, but in like a rundown area.
A Khajiit thief. Oh,
Yeah,
that's so awesome.
if you were a Khajiit thief, you'd start off in elsewhere
Yes.
in like a slum.
Yeah.
But say you were to be a imperial what?
Like a warrior or something.
Yeah, imperial warrior. You would
Paladin.
actually start off in like the rich part or like the military area in Cyrodiil because that's what you're training to do.
Mhm.
Things like that.
What about like the Imperial Bard or something? Because that'd be really. Well, that also brings into question: are we going to have to limit people's play styles by giving them classes?
I think you can give them a class, Like give them class options, but don't necessarily limit them. Like don't say like, okay, you're a bard, so all you can use is one-handed weapons.
All you can use is a guitar to smash people's faces.
Exactly. You know, say like, okay, I want to be a wizard, but I want to carry around a two-handed broadsword.
Okay.
Like it's kind of like Skyrim. You can choose a race that'll give you the better benefits and stuff like that. That was kind of like their class system was the race.
And like you can sit there and have like a sword, but you can also shoot fireballs at people's faces.
I think the class just kind of like is just something like this is kind of what I want to play.
Yeah.
So this is get me in an area that'll help me RP this.
I got you.
Not necessarily limits you, just kind of like gives the game an idea where you want to go.
Oh, I see. Well, are you saying instead of I don't know if this is what you're saying, but this is kind of what I got from that is you can choose whatever race you want in this 5-planet. Are we sticking with the 5-planet world?
Yes, let's say 5 planets.
I like that. But so if you want to play a thief or something, basically instead of a class system or a race system, changing your beginning stats, it's where you start.
Exactly.
I like that.
Like the race chooses the planet, the class chooses where on the planet.
I got you. Well, should your beginning part limit? Like, should your race limit where you start?
Yes.
Because I feel like if the solar system we're talking about is developed enough to have a giant city.
I mean, like any race can start in a giant city, but if you're a really poor person,
Okay.
like the thieves are typically pretty poor and live in slums.
I got you.
If you're or just if you're something that's gonna live in a very like poor area,
Yeah.
you're gonna probably still be on the planet that you were born on.
I got you. You know, it'd be super cool.
Right.
We should implement a politician class.
A politician class.
So you can like maybe over time, like you can go to run the thing.
See, that's always something that's one thing in Skyrim that I really wish would have been able to happen. You could become the king.
You become the king.
Yeah.
That would be a cool third, because like you can negotiate peace, right?
Yes.
If you like wait long enough.
What you have to do is you have to go through the entire main campaign.
Yeah.
Or not the entire main campaign, but up until
as far as you can.
As far as you can, and then it'll stop you saying we can't do this while there's still a war going on.
I got you.
And then so you have to negotiate peace between the two.
I got you. I've yet to play through that, but okay. So we have the class system down.
Yeah.
All right. We have the plant system down. Travel. Should you be able to own a spacecraft?
Yes. I was about to say I like the not necessarily the way No Man's Sky did it, but I like the way No Man's Sky did it. Like you can get in your ship and fly wherever.
I think we should use the Star Citizen one where you can actually walk around in your ship.
Okay, yeah, I've never played Star Citizen, so
okay. Well, like I like the way Star Citizen does it. I've never played it, but I've watched videos. You can actually like walk around the inside, like you have like a living quarters.
Okay, I like that. I think that you should be able to make like if you get rich enough, you should be able to buy a large ship that can be like your base.
Oh, dude, people should be able to buy one-man like fighters, or you should be able to like buy like huge like the equivalent to a modern day like super oil tanker.
Exactly. Like you should be able to buy whatever you want to buy, but like I was saying, you need to be able to buy something like your small ship won't necessarily be able to make a huge journey. Like say the planets are aligned like ours are.
Yeah.
Super far apart at like say one of them's like Earth to Pluto. Like you want to fly that distance. You're not going to be able to fly that straight in your little single flyer one.
Yes.
You're going to have to stop and refuel or something like that.
Or you'll have to like poor people will have to wait for certain times when the planets are closest, because maybe that's when this is a weird way to say it, like when airline tickets are cheapest.
Yeah.
Because it takes less fuel.
I guess. But that at that point makes it really complicated to make that there's a planetary orbit system.
I gotcha. It doesn't need to be super complicated. Just have like every Thursday.
Yeah.
Tickets half off to go to planet Persei IH if I'm watching a lot of Futurama.
There we go.
Okay, so I like that. Now let's talk. You want to talk about what classes we should have?
Yes, I was actually about to say that.
All right, let's do. All right.
You gotta have the traditional ones.
Of course.
But if we're doing the sci-fi, how would we do those?
Oh, that's a really good question.
I think that the bard kind of by itself, like that's just the smooth talker.
I think the bard should be
but kind of like they're kind of
electric music, like you play like clubs and stuff.
Nice. Yeah, I think the bard should be more of like a bard types class. Like you were saying, like the politician class. I think that should totally be a different thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think that the bard should be somewhere along the lines of I think the bard should be somewhere along the lines of like you're more of like a schemer.
Yes.
You're more low class. You kind of deal with like the rabble. You're the drug dealer.
Maybe Bard isn't the right name for this class. Maybe Con Man.
Yeah, you're the con artist.
Con artist. Okay, I like that.
You're the con artist, and then the politician would be like the more high end people.
Oh no, you know what? We could have a morality system.
Okay.
So if you steal in things, you lose morality, and that unlocks certain skills.
I do like that. I do like that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so like, okay,
but at the same time though, I think that you could still incorporate the classes in that, because if you wanted to, you could be a crooked politician.
Exactly. Well, I'm thinking what we should do is con artist would be like really low morality. You can work your way to that.
What I'm saying is like you could be a con artist who like he cons people to donate to charity.
I got a charity he runs.
He's a what's it called he's like a Robin Hood.
Oh, you want to be a good interesting.
Or you can be a crooked politician who takes money under the table.
I see.
From that charity.
Well, what I'm saying is, I think in order to be a politician, you would have to keep your character in the middle.
Okay.
Because because like if you're too crooked of a politician, you're never gonna win.
See, I think it is I think the difference between those two would be the level of which like of the people you talk to, like the class, like the upper class people would be
so your friends.
Exactly. I think that kind of like it's kind of like the starting thing. You want to start in a higher system if you're going to be the politician, but
I like that.
Yeah,
I like the whole who do you know
exactly
mechanic.
Exactly. Like the con artist is going to have a lot more like underground contacts and stuff like that. Whereas the politician's going to have more like business room contacts.
Randomly generated like mobs on each planet, and like they'll be dynamic. They'll fight each other.
Yeah.
We'll have some sort of like system where like every certain amount of time like political races happen.
Okay.
And you can choose to maybe volunteer for factions.
Maybe.
So depending on the planet, maybe obviously in the highly developed city planet, you're gonna have more like formal elections, speeches. You can like go out and I don't know, put yard signs. It sounds really boring, but you need somewhere to start if you choose to be a politician class.
Exactly. Yeah.
But maybe if you say you start off in like the most frontier planet, if you want to gain political power, you gotta like bribe people. Like instead of a voting system, there's gonna be a duke.
Exactly.
Like as you go to less civilized places, we move from democracy to a monarchy.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's a good idea. And then
I think space pirates should be a given.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting to next. I think that there's also like the idea that you can be a merchant kind of guy.
Oh, of course.
Like just like you focus on, and also I think that maybe the classes would also kind of determine like what your like end goal is for the game.
Yeah.
For like finishing it, like you can pretty much do anything you want. Like at any point, you can talk to certain characters and they'll do things. But like the way that like you start off, like you want to start off as a merchant, so it's going to give you that first mission that leads you on like the trading route and stuff like that. But if you want, like you run into somebody, it's like, hey, go kill this man for me, be an assassin. Yeah. And you're like, yeah, I want to do that instead of being a merchant now.
So like I kind of like that because we know where we can start this.
Where?
You're on a poor planet. The only thing you want to do is get the hell off that shithole.
Yeah.
You get a job, like you like beg this guy for a job on a ship.
Yeah.
If you want to be a merchant, you work with him and work up his crew. If you want to be a pirate, you kill him and take a ship.
Yeah.
Like that's an awesome choice.
Exactly. And then for the politician one, that's kind of like you
you think you should be able to split between mob boss and politician?
The con artist becomes the mob boss at the end. Like that's kind of like
I like that. Yeah.
But yeah, so you would start off like not necessarily in the shithole or whatever, but you would like it's like you pick your young friends. You know what I mean? Like you start off young or something like that, and you pick your friend. Like you work for like this highly influential businessman who's like, hey, might not necessarily be able to get you a lot of money right away, but I could get you some good contacts.
I like
Whereas
that.
the other guy's like, hey, I got some underground betting going on. You want to help out with this?
So you can choose between early game money or early game friends.
Exactly.
I like that. I really like this game. Where do I pre-order it?
And then another class would have to be like maybe like the thief and
thief would be obvious.
And then like an assassin would kind of necessarily.
Yes, because it'll be a lot of fun. We'll have to get the story after this, but I think the main story of this game should be this world, this universe that we've created.
Okay.
Is at a fork.
Okay.
One direction leads between order and like peace.
And the other one's chaos.
Another one is chaos. And your player, in the end, decides which direction it's going to go. So I think in an assassin, I think that should give you the choice to assassinate the current sitting president.
Yeah.
Now, I know the NSA just tapped in. Hello, NSA. How are you?
We're not talking about any presidents in real life.
We're talking about our video game. But if you want to stay and listen, go ahead. But I think they should give the player the choice to do that.
Okay.
And that will disrupt the current like system of government.
Okay, actually no, I take back what I said about the thief and the assassin being kind of like the counteractors.
Okay.
It'd be the assassin with like a cop.
Ooh.
The assassin is the chaos one. The cop is the order one.
You think as the cop you can stop the assassination?
Yes.
Oh!
Like
that'd be so
at
cool.
the end, like the thing for the cop is like you've gotten like maybe like a hint at like there's like some like big dog assassin coming around.
You work up the Secret Service.
You work up, and then eventually you're like you get a hint that like okay, this is the next target, and it's a big guy. Like you I got to stop this.
That's so cool. That's so awesome. I think the counteraction to Space Pirate should be military. Like you should be able to join the military.
Okay.
And
I was thinking like necessarily like your the merchant class was the opposite to it, just because like
that I forgot we did that.
But like as the merchants or something like that, like you just kind of like start to like maybe like put together a coalition of other merchants that are like screw the space pirates, let's kill them.
Exactly. Oh, look, you form your own little militia, and then we get some RTS in this game.
Exactly.
This is so awesome.
Okay. Thief would also kind of be like the third one. I think the thief would kind of be like a neutral party in this one.
Exactly.
But I think it would go well.
I mean, like we're gonna need it. Like you should be able to like you should be able to work yourself up from a pickpocket to major heists.
Yeah, and I think that you should also at that like how would the like morality system work in that one? Like go from like you can either choose to be like a Robin Hood type character or a solely by yourself kind of character, or what?
Definitely. I think you should be. I think what you do is that you'll start off in a poor planet if you want to be a thief. Start as a pickpocket, make friends, and early game you can choose. Have good friends or bad friends, and that will depend how you play later.
Mike, we have 6 minutes left.
It took 5 minutes to start the podcast.
Okay,
so I'm watching it. I got you, fam. Don't worry. But I think so. Like depending on what friends you get, when you move to bigger heists, you can choose to give that back to your good friends or keep it and like screw your bad friends.
Okay,
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Okay. What would be other classes?
You think we should move on to story?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we got a good amount of classes. They're well balanced.
Yeah, but I mean, there could always be more.
Oh, there could always be more, but we would be here for another 30 minutes, and we won't be able to post the episode.
Okay, so story. We already started off your. I mean, if you're doing story like the way we're thinking about doing stories, each one has to start off with their own different type of story.
Definitely, but I think they should all culminate in the balance of powers.
Oh, definitely. I think like what you were saying about how and the main story of the entire universe itself is the story of the game.
Yes. But you think they should all have sub stories?
Yeah, I think each class has its own kind of thing that starts off. You know what I mean?
I do like that.
Like the politician, his goal is to get up, whereas the con artist his goal is to make money and cause more chaos. Maybe like kind of bring. The politician is to keep the democracy and stuff like that. And at the end, you could kind of choose like, hey, I'm gonna be the monarch, kind of pull like a Palpatine kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
But like the con artist is kind of like, I don't want anybody to rule.
Yes.
Like I think it should be the survival of the smartest.
Well, would the con artist want to keep a peaceful democracy because he needs that stability to play get riches from people?
No, maybe. I think it honestly depends on how you want to play the con artist.
That's true. We have this freedom to be like play however the hell you want.
But I think in the end, like I think the whole thing is like the whole thing for those is to rise to political power.
Yes.
And so you get set on like political tracks.
Okay.
For both of them, but one of them is the underground like politics. The other one is like actual what everybody thinks of when they think of politics,
laws and whatnot.
Exactly. Then
we're turning bureaucracy into a game, and depending if this game would be made, it'd be either really boring or really fun.
Exactly. And then for the assassin cop. We've already talked about that one.
Definitely.
Like the final game. But I think for the assassin, you start off in like small, like not necessarily even like assassinations. I think you start off as like a bouncer kind of guy. Like, hey, you work for the mob boss. And so the mob boss is like, hey, go handle this. Like, go beat him up. He owes us some money. And so you start off with that. And eventually you work your way up to killing people. And then.
Yeah. Maybe you like the guy above your boss is like, if you off your boss, we'll give you that position.
Yeah.
And you can like make your decision then.
Yeah. Or you can choose to tell your boss and off him and
Oh yes. Make friends, a little sub
Exactly.
sub I like that.
and then
I like we seem to be playing on you can either like climb the current structure
or change it.
or change it. And I really like that idea.
Yeah.
Because we don't get a lot of games like that.
You don't.
No.
And I think honestly one of the things that does it really well is I think strangely Dishonored does it really well.
Why is that?
Because if depending on the way you play, it changes the world around you.
This
Like
is
not
true.
it like I'm not positive about this part. I know like but like I know for a fact that like if you kill a bunch of people, rats and plague victims start walking around more, it's
Yes.
But doesn't it seem like, is it just me or does it seem like there's a little bit more chaos, like the guards are a little bit jumpier and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, like if the higher chaos, you'll have more guards. Guards are more alert.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that that's something that does well, you know?
Mhm.
Okay,
But I can't think of any game that does it to the level we're talking.
no, not at all. But this is a theoretical game.
Yes, and it would be rather hard to make this game.
Exactly. And then for the so we talked about the assassin cop one. We talked about the politician.
Yeah. I feel like merchant would be really straightforward.
Yeah.
You work your way up,
You want
figure
money.
deals.
You want money.
Competition.
And even then, that one could even then at that point blend into the both the merchant and pirate one could actually blend into the mob boss and the
oh yeah, I think all these classes should interact with each other.
yeah, they all kind of blend into one another at one point. Like you can kind of choose things.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty straightforward.
I like that. One thing a little mechanic which would be fun is drug addiction, like they do in Skyrim. You can get the skooma and whatnot.
And they also do that in Fallout.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You can also do that. I think that'd be fun. And so like you have an option to become a drug dealer,
Okay.
and that is we can make that a dangerous.
A dangerous job, but
Yes.
very lucrative job.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a good way. Like it's a high risk, high reward early game.
Yeah.
Like if you get caught, you're screwed. But if you don't, then you're
Like if you get caught and you're trying to do the political, like you're trying to do politician,
yeah.
you would get screwed over because like that's gonna come up. Like
Oh yeah. Oh,
but
definitely.
but if you have high enough charisma or something like that, you can actually talk your way out of
You
it.
can play. Yeah, I got you. Are we assuming it's a single player?
Definitely. Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
It would be really interesting for it to be multiplayer.
That'd be great.
Balancing would be so hard, though.
That's the problem.
Yes. Let's just keep it single player then. See, we got classes.
Would it be first person, third person?
Give them the choice, like Skyrim.
Yeah, exactly. And then
It doesn't really rely on
and then
one
of course
another.
you have to have the customization and stuff because that's my favorite part.
Oh, what type of races should we have? Obviously human.
Obviously, humans gotta have one.
I like the idea of some sort of hostility in the game between certain races.
Yes, definitely. I think that there should be like a a race of like not necessarily elves, but like an elf kind of like a race that doesn't age very quickly. They are very very smart and charismatic. Like they kind of are viewed as like perfect, but
They're more intellect than
they
like,
they
physical.
think that they are superior to everything else.
I like that.
And then I think there should definitely be the race that's viewed lower than everything else.
Yeah, some sort of maybe lizard or something.
Yeah, a lizard type one. Yeah.
I like the idea of like some sort of beast hybrid.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of getting. Like, kind of like an orc kind of thought.
Yeah, something like big.
Big, bulky. They're not exactly viewed for their smarts. but-
Reputation of being dumb. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that. Do you think it should have some sort of religion aspects?
I definitely think so, but I don't think that they should play a humongous part in the character.
No, I mean definitely not. But do you think working your way up the religious oligarchy? That's all. That's the right word, right?
Yeah.
Oligarchy. Okay. Do you think that should be a game path? Is that you can work your way up the church?
Possibly. I think that would be another one if we added on classes.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like a really grindy profession because you have to. Professions. We should talk about professions.
I don't think you should have a job unless, like, except for your class.
The
class is your job.
Yeah, the class does kind of set your job, but like crafting system,
There's nothing really craft.
there's like armors. And
Yeah,
stuff,
I mean, I think you should be able to like maybe like
weapons.
yeah. I don't think any of our people though, like any of the classes we've thought about, except for maybe like the actually no, none of them in the sci-fi setting. I don't think many people, except for like maybe the merchant or the pirate, would be able to craft their own things.
I got you. Oh, yeah, hey, do you think merchants should be able to have we've been talking about merchants? We've been talking strictly going from one point to another with goods. Do you think we should be able to set up our own business?
Yes, I think that you should kind of like you
a
trade with other
casino
people
and whatnot.
Yeah, I think you should.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Or at least buy the one. You know what I mean? Like kind of like Fable did, where you buy one.
Yes.
I think you should be able to do something like that. And then,
The merchant can start off with the lemonade stands.
exactly.
That's hilarious, actually.
But stuff like that. What else was I want to talk about? Companions.
Ooh, companions.
Your friend system.
Yeah.
That I think that should be kind of like the antithesis of the Lord of the Rings, Shadow of Mordor, Nemesis system.
Oh,
I think it should be the antithesis of that.
Where you have like
you
really
start at the bottom and want to work your way up.
Yes.
And you want to see the connections that you have. Like it's kind of like a spider web that shows like connections you have, but eventually you want to have like the top connection. Like you want to be the top connection.
You want to be the one everyone goes to. I really like that, but buddy connection, we definitely have to have an option to have like a buddy robot.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Oh, like
I think that should be another race in there as a robot race.
Dude, that'd be so cool to play a robot.
Yeah, just a robot race.
Like maybe okay. The positives of playing a robot, you'll have super strength. You can run really fast for like infinite amount of time. The bad sides is maybe having an energy system. Okay. Also, people will inherently not trust you. So working up,
I think that they might actually be one of the races that are viewed as kind of like lower because they're robots.
Yes, that's our lower class is robots.
Yep.
Because like they're seen as work slaves.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay, but I was thinking about the buddy system a lot because I think that you should also like the.
I would love to play a robot.
Oh no, right. The relationships should be like stronger and weaker depending on if you help somebody out consistently. And I think that the stronger the relationship gets, the more like that person necessarily, kind of like Fallout did.
Yeah.
You got a stronger relationship with them. You had to do more with them, and you had to do a quest for them or something like that. I think that should happen. And I also think that there should be like a romance, which would be like the highest like level of relationship with somebody. Like that's the highest connection you can get.
Yeah.
So,
how's jail time gonna work? Do you think we should have like a super jail on an asteroid somewhere?
Yes, I think that you should have like the Sidna mines or whatever it is, and
pirate quest. You have to break everyone out, and it starts chaos.
I think as a pirate or something like that, I think you should have the option to break out of jail.
Yeah.
But I think that is like a guaranteed thing for a pirate. Like at one point in the story, you're gonna get captured and you have to break out of jail. That's the mission. Like
definitely.
They confiscate your ship, but it's still in the asteroid.
Yeah.
And so you have to break out and get your ship, get a crew, get your crew back, maybe add some people to your crew.
Definitely. I think we're definitely gonna need a depending on your morality, there's gonna be certain places where only good people can go and only bad people can go. So maybe,
or you can go those places, but like it's dangerous.
It's like
depending on who you're at. Like if you're a cop, and you go to like the underground and you're not like really well disguised or something.
Yeah. If you're wearing your uniform, you're screwed.
Yeah, like you're gonna get shot.
Yeah.
But if you're a bad guy going to like a rich neighborhood, the cops are gonna keep an eye on you like nobody's business.
But I'm talking like,
you might get shot.
If you have really low morality, there's a new like secret asteroid base opens up for like where pirates meet.
Okay.
Like suddenly you have all these new connections.
Okay. Yeah.
So you're not just stuck with the same friends. But if you're really good morality, maybe like you're open to like a high-end not club, but like, like a country club equivalent on like the rich planet.
Okay. Yeah.
Where because like, so as you develop your character, new people are coming in.
Yeah, and I also think like your economic system, like how much money you have, also opens that up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like if you don't have much money, you're only going to go to the slums and stuff like that. But say you have like a lot of money, regardless of who you are, they're like, yeah, come hang out with us because you have a lot of money.
Yes, exactly. And like you can be approached by people as you make more like noise in your community or whatever. But that's really cool. You think you should property should be a thing?
Oh, definitely.
Like
I mean, property just is, you should be able to have a house, but you should also be able to make your ship your house.
Definitely.
So
definitely. All right. Dude. Can we play this?
Yes.
Can we play this game? This sounds like fun, but I think we're out of time.
Dang.
But no, dude, this was fun. And really, for anyone who's listening, first of all, thank you for listening. But if you liked this, let us know because we should definitely do this more often.
Yeah, definitely. This was actually a lot of fun.
This should be like a segment. I don't know.
We could have gone so much longer on this too.
Really, that's the problem. Like, if this becomes a segment, it's going to just take over the show.
Yeah.
But this is a lot of fun because like use your imagination. You think about like what you like, what you don't
Exactly.
like.
Or maybe if people really like this on weeks where it's super slow on news,
Yeah.
maybe bring up a little bit of news, but then do this. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
I like that. But all right, you want to call it?
yeah.
All right. Well, everyone, thank y'all for listening. Again, let us know how you felt about this because this was a lot of fun. I don't know about you, Taft. I had fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
So, let us know if you like it because we would love to do this again. If you want to contact us to give us some feedback, you can contact us through the email collegegamershow@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at BlueCows with a Z, BLUECOWZ. That is also my Twitch name if you want to watch the show live. Taft's Twitter is?
Taftfaust8, TAFTFAUST8.
All right. You can find us on Facebook through the College Gamers Podcast Facebook page. You can also find us on YouTube through Mike Gallant because Google Plus is stupid, but just look up the College Gamers Podcast and you should be able to find me relatively easily. And if you want to fix our storage issue, I really think I'm going to up our storage, but like again, that's going to be more paying out of pocket and it's kind of expensive per month. But you know what? I think as we've done this show, Taft, we've grown and I think we're really stretching out what we like to do and it's making the show longer.
It's true.
But we're having more fun.
Exactly.
And so I think it's completely worth it. But if y'all want to help, Patreon's there. But also, what I'd rather have an awesome community. So like rate us on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts and share us with friends because that's a good gaming community is what we all deserve.
Plus, if we get enough viewers and stuff like that, eventually we might be able to get some sort of sponsorship or something.
Exactly. And then we can just like sit here all day and talk.
Exactly.
We'll just talk until we can't talk. Then we'll have a podcast where we only strictly communicate in sign language for deaf people.
Awesome.
Exactly. All right. And that's a show. Dude, this was fun.
This was a lot of fun.
We got to do it again sometime. And have a good day, Taft.
You too.
All right. Thank y'all for listening, and we'll catch y'all next time.
Bye-bye.
Later.
This has been a Blue Cow Radio production. Find more at bluecowradio.com.